So this is week 2 of the marathon training plan. The aim with this week is to build on what I did last week in week 1, increase the distance a little bit, maybe keep around the same intensity or some slight increases in intensity over some of the runs. So Monday morning, at lunchtime, went out to do some hill sprints. So did about a 2 to 2.5k warm up, which is what you see me doing here as I get to the hill. After that, did 8 30-second hill reps, pretty much the same as last week on the exact same hill as well. So I'm kind of building on the same hill. So the only thing that will change is my overall fitness since last week. So basically 30-second hill reps, do it at quite a fast pace. You're sprinting up, you're not just jogging up. So you'll see that I was jogging up to here. This is at double speed, but I was jogging up to the hill, but you'll see then it turns into a sprint at the actual hill. After I did that, later in the evening, I did a little 10k recovery run. Didn't create a recording for that, so I'll just keep with the hill footage for that. But it was just a 10k recovery session. Average pace was in the 5-minute 30s, so slow pace, not building any fatigue on the body and the legs, and it's just putting me in a place where I can do the harder work on the Tuesday. So on Tuesday, the goal was to hit my speed. So again, didn't bring the camera out with me, but the overall session was 2k warm up, and I did 10 kilometers split between 1k reps. So it was 1k at speed followed by 1k steady pace. So the steady pace is not an easy pace to sustain, but it's kind of in between your marathon pace and your easy pace. So it's slower, but it's not exactly easy to do at the same time. So my on paces, so this is speed work, we're kind of beginning at 3:37 a kilometer, and I progressed down to the fastest rep was 3:26 per kilometer. So this is all to do with speed work, get the body used to going faster than you will be on marathon day, which will make the effort on marathon day a little bit easier and just improve your body's ability to run at those paces. The steady aspect of it is just to give you a bit of recovery and to allow you to actually hit the paces you need to hit in the speed section. So overall it's 10 kilometers work, not too much, won't build too much fatigue, but it will give you big fitness benefits. And on top of that, it is also teaching the body to run at speed, which again, as I said, just makes it a little bit easier to hit marathon pace on the day. Your body will be more able to sustain that pace for longer compared to these shorter efforts that I'm doing on the Tuesday. So on Wednesday, it was a bit of a recovery day again. I spent about an hour on the indoor bike, which I've just set up, and you can probably tell from the chain there I definitely haven't set this up right, but just spent about an hour watching the St. Pat's game. Just a nice easy one on the legs. Followed this up with a 15k recovery run later on in the evening. So again, this is kind of low to mid 5-minute paces, coming in at nearly 2 minutes slower than my actual marathon goal pace. So again, just easy one on the legs. It's mainly about recovery, but it also is getting miles on the legs, so you are kind of getting a fitness benefit, but at the same time, you know, you're keeping your legs in a good shape for the actual speed work that you're going to be doing. For me, that's on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then one of the weekend days. So obviously this was Wednesday. The aim is to be in a good shape for Thursday, because I'm doing a double threshold day, so it's going to be quite an impactful day. So it's all about basically maximizing the amount of fitness gain I can get while minimizing the actual impact it has on my legs. So this indoor bike in particular, I wasn't even going fast on it. I was basically just trying to get the thing rolling, really, not particularly trying to push with any effort, wearing down my quads or anything like that. So just a nice easy effort, get the heart going, but not actually hurt the legs or cause any fatigue in the legs. So it doesn't look particularly fast, and I'm not really changing pace at all. Basically just trying to get a rhythm in the legs and just keep going. So yeah, did that for about an hour. Then a couple of hours later went out for an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes, just on a nice easy recovery jog. So obviously I'm calling that an easy pace, but that's just relative to me. Obviously I'm a few years into running now, done several marathons, done Ironman, so I've done a lot of stuff that's built up my overall fitness, which makes that my easy pace. When I first started running easy, my paces were in the 6-7 minutes, 6 minutes mostly, and then fall down to 7 minutes at the end of a 2-hour run or so. So it's all relative. The main thing is actually by going by effort. Are you able to speak in full sentences? That's how I judge whether you're running at an easy pace, and that's the best way to actually build up your fitness from a beginner. So I might do a video on that at some point. But yeah, when I say easy, that's just relative to me. I'm not saying that should be an easy run for everyone. So Thursday I tried to make a double threshold day, I call it, but to be honest, I'm probably doing one VO2 max workout and one threshold workout. So what a VO2 max is the amount of oxygen your body is able to use per kilogram of body weight. So a higher number is better. My VO2 max would be in the 60s, but basically the higher this is, the faster you can run and still be in threshold. But for me, I'm probably running at VO2 max over threshold, so they're just working different things. VO2 max doesn't work maybe the lactate as much or in the same way as what a threshold run does, but basically the way that I've ended up splitting this is kind of unintentionally. I'm probably running the 400 meters, which is a lap of the track, at a pace that I'm able to do the full 12 reps, which I want to do, but I'm probably just not working the exact thing that I want to work. So you'll see in week 3 I've changed up that training a little bit. But anyway, for this session, it was 12 reps of 400 meters, which is a lap of the track. Did this at lunchtime during work. So make this a double threshold day by doing a workout at lunch and then following up later in the evening with again a threshold workout. It allows you to do a bit more speed work in a similar amount of time, but kind of split up, so you're able to sustain the speed work the whole way through. So just make sure that you're actually hitting the paces that you want to be hitting in your run. So the second workout of the day is 4 by 4 minutes at threshold. So it's 16 minutes of running in my threshold zone, quite a fast pace, and I give myself a 2-minute rest in between each rep. So the first rep I ran in 3 minutes 39 per kilometer, and I progressed that down. So again, I probably end up working a bit of VO2 max in this as well, but my last rep was at 3:17 per kilometer for 4 minutes. So I'm kind of running between 1.1 kilometers to 1.2 kilometers at these speed zones, and then just a 2-minute rest in between still at a decent pace, but not really anything that's going to build fatigue in the legs. You're saving everything for those 4-minute reps. So at the end of the day, I'll have done about 30 to 40 minutes of pure speed work, and also gotten an extra few miles in with the easy work that gives you breathers in between each of your reps. Friday was again all about recovery, saved myself for more intense days. So again, did a 15 kilometer run down to the quayside and back up to my house. So again, running these in the mid 5:30 per kilometer range, and yeah, just a nice little view along the quayside, get a few of the Newcastle bridges in, and then ready for a harder day on Saturday. So Saturday was kind of about getting in some tempo work at marathon pace. So tempo is kind of running in and around your race pace for a sustained period. So what I did was a 2 kilometer warm up, and did 18 kilometers at my rough marathon pace, and then did a little cool down just to kind of ease the muscles off. So within this marathon pace, I was trying to get in around 340 to 345 per kilometer, and to be able to sustain that through the whole 18 kilometers. And I'm going to be building that up each week, and maybe even splitting it up into 10 kilometer blocks with a little maybe kilometer rest in between, once I get into maybe 30 odd kilometers at marathon pace. This is something that I like to do particularly, just gets in my head that I am able to sustain the actual pace I need to, so it's more of a confidence workout, but obviously it will build the endurance that you need as well at the same time. So that would have been my final speed session of the week as well. So after that I did some leg work in the gym, and I posted a TikTok on what I did in that leg day. It's the same name as the YouTube name, Running All the Time, if you want to check that video out. So then on Sunday I did my long run, so did about 25 kilometers of work on Sunday, so 10k warm up. So this would be at my easier pace within the 5 minutes, then began to progress to what's known as the steady pace, which I mentioned earlier. It's a sustainable pace, but it's not easy to do. It's kind of in between easy and your hard marathon pace. So I did 13 kilometers at this steady pace and kind of built up the speed as I went through it. So I was getting faster as I went along, which again teaches your body to finish faster than you start. And then I just did a little bit of a cool down after, so just a few kilometers of this, maybe 2 kilometers after, at an easy pace. Decided to make the video maybe a little bit more exciting, and went down to the stadium on match day. So I did my run kind of through the crowd to the match, just to show people what it's like on a match day in and around the stadium. So that'll be the rest of this clip, as I just talked through kind of my weekly stats and how I felt about my training this week. My overall mileage for the week was just under 125 kilometers, so I have increased by nearly 20 kilometers from the week before. Wouldn't recommend such a big jump to people usually, but I've kind of built up to that level, where kind of doing 120 to 150 be nearly my normal week. So it's not too big of a jump for me to do. But yeah, so it was a good progressive week. Got my hard sessions in, so again 3 to 4 hard sessions for me. Most people maybe want 2 to 3, but I'm kind of at a point where I'm able to handle the load. My body's not feeling tired or anything, so 3 to 4 seems to be a good level for me. And yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm able to hit my marathon paces when I need to. I'm able to hit the paces at above marathon pace, so far training's gone quite well, and yeah, just hoping that it continues that way, and we'll see as the weeks go on. So thanks for watching. If you got this far, likes, subscriptions, all that stuff helps, I think. Trying to build up the numbers and see how far I can get this channel to actually reach. And yeah, any feedback is welcome. Message me or whatever. And yeah, thanks for watching.